But when I look at
Okay.
NASCAR driving, there's a part of me that thinks I can do it. There's a part of me that thinks that if you train me for 6 months and you put me in a decent car, I wouldn't embarrass myself. And I can't not believe that because it seems easy. It seems like they're just going around in circles, and if you just spend a week showing me where the line was, where I need to have my car at through each
Mhm.
turn and walked me through some basic it just seems simple. It's not F1.
Hypothetically, what if there's other people on the racetrack?
They're
Mhm.
good. Oh, I would I'm good. That won't slow me down.
No, no,
I
probably
think
not. No.
I think they would slow you down. Yeah,
No.
that would be the point. Isn't
Dude,
NASCAR like the most collision intense of all the racing sports where like
There
there's a little more like intentional because I know there's multiple people on every team. And so like if Woody and I are the kind of chaos drivers and you're the win driver, the goal of me and Woody out there when we're going is to slow them down to cause problems,
I don't think
right?
anybody does like nobody races like that though.
Oh.
There are a lot of
mm,
crashes in NASCAR, and I think that's why half the audience watches is for the crashes. The crashes used to be more spectacular. They've added so many safety features to the walls, the cars, and so many things to them to keep them from flipping. Because the cool crash is when someone hits the wall a little, and then their car comes back to the left into the path of everyone else, a full field sideways. And then we all start like hitting
Mhm.
them or missing them like a movie scene where shit's and there's no way to you see some people are able to avoid it, drive the way out of it. But what you really want to see is end over fucking end, spinning down that track with sparks flying everywhere. And for at least 5, 6 seconds, you're like, is he gonna live? Is the car gonna
mm.
burst into flames? Are they gonna get him out in time? Like what's gonna happen? Because sometimes, they've died before.
Mhm.
Earnhardt died. I remember that day well. Like all the rednecks. It was like Princess Diana had died, but for rednecks. That's what it was.
I don't have the right type of redneck relatives. That wasn't a big
I
moment
don't
for
either,
us.
but just at school,
I don't have any NASCAR relatives from my
none.
southern family.
No, I don't have any either. But at school, like I remember the teacher literally referencing Princess Diana. Like he was like, "This is a dark day, boys. The intimidator is no more."
Is that what he was called, the Intimidator?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dale
Mhm.
Earnhardt was the intimidator. Yeah, he was notorious for wrecking people out, and crashing people, putting them in the
Sounds
wall
like
and
he
stuff.
was a true king of the sport.
Absolutely,
They
yeah.
mourned him justly.
Yeah, he also refused to wear the safety device that could have saved his life because he didn't think it was restrictive or he didn't think it was cool or whatever.
Based. No, probably dumb. Probably dumb. Probably
He
should have worn a
died a
seatbelt.
base man.
Yeah, he died a based man as he flew soaring into the sidewall.
I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
what I'm looking at in NASCAR accidents, like maybe a real fan does. The accident didn't look that bad to me. There have
Mm-mm.
been much more spectacular ones where they go end over end. Of course, I understand it's not how fast you're going; it's how abruptly you stop.
Yep,
Um, and it just didn't look like that abrupt a stop to me. But other people knew right away it was a bad one.
I agree. Every time I've seen that crash, it's like that killed him. But I guess it was just the right angle and the right speed. It didn't even look like he was going that fast, but I know he was. But
Mhm.
yeah, just get. But it's way safer now with the walls and stuff. I saw Michael Jordan has a team in NASCAR. He just
Michael
won
Jordan.
some big
One?
lawsuit against NASCAR for like team money distribution or rights distribution or something. I didn't look too much into it. It seemed complicated. But he was speaking in court, like he was on the stand, like talking about what he wanted for the sport and what he didn't like and everything.
That's
I
interesting.
wonder.
NASCAR's on the decline. F1 is on the rise. That's the sport right now.
Mhm.
It's F1's unfair, and that's part of the downside of it and part of its charm. Like, yeah, this is we don't hold your hand. We don't try to make all the cars the same. Like go out there, be the best that you can possibly engineer, drive as hard as you can drive. His car is better than yours in these conditions. What are you going to do about
Mhm.
it? What's your strategy for overcoming you know, maybe next week you have a slower
I got a
course.
whip. I could whip him as we're going through the turns. See,
Yeah.
that I would watch. You
They
give me a
should all
Roman
get
chariot race,
a gun
And
1 bullet.
also. 1 bullet. Maybe 3
oh,
bullets.
there was
1 for them,
a
1 for me in case I catch on fire.
There was a race.
Myers has used his second bullet unheard of. We better hope he doesn't burst into flames, Mike. That's right. He will not enjoy that scarring. I watched a thing about F1, and then I started reading the Wikipedia, and I watched a YouTube video a while back, this year ago. And what it looked to me like it used to be a cool sport because people used to die so regularly that it was, don't get too attached. It was like adopting an old dog. It was like, yeah, don't get too attached to old Rover there because he won't be, a couple more races maybe. People getting their legs chopped off, people burning alive, like that's hardcore. Honestly, I know it sounds like fucked, but that's kind of what I want from my motorsports. There needs to be a really high level of danger. I like the idea that the guy who risks his life the most has an edge. You said, like, how do you get over the guy who, like, has the most money and has the best car and whatever? Like, what if there was, like, an extra lane with hazards in it that you could take? There was a shortcut, but, like, they roll kids in strollers across the track or something like that. There's flames or ball bearings or Batman.
What if there's a thing where
gadgets.
it's like there is a carpool lane that they can opt into, but it's just a pen of violent felons that they have to bring with them for access. Think about that.
I just don't like motorsports. I can't really connect with the driver. He's just in that machine going around and around. So I don't really know what he's about. I can't really tell if he's like having fun or if he's angry most of the time, unless you're one of those crazy NASCAR people who wears the headsets and listens in. That seems wacky.
I like that black British guy based on all the
Lewis Hamilton
gear. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton. Because I've been watching a bunch of old Top Gear, and like some of this stuff is from like 2006, 2008, whatever. I don't remember the exact year, but it was like when he was the upswing guy. And that's cool to like hear Clarkson and like the hosts of that show like kind of be laudatory towards him. And then he would do their little, on-screen race, and they had a separate page of their record just for the F1 drivers. And so all the F1 drivers would come on there to drive the reasonably priced car around the lap. And it was so interesting because I was like, if this makes sense and is an accurate representation of skill in the much higher F1 class as it is here, then we'll see a similar ranking. And they did. They saw a similar ranking where like Hamilton, or is that his name? Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton was like tippity top, top of the board over and over. He beat like everyone else by like over a second, which is a big deal in racing. And so I thought that was neat, where it's like this guy really established himself as the fucking guy until I guess that Norwegian dude showed up later, right?
The Dutch dude, Max Verstappen.
Yeah, Max.
I would like.
Too young.
I don't like that the teams work on the cars. I don't like that the cars are rocket ships. I would watch a stock car auto racing league where at each racetrack they raced a different car, not just like this week it's Camaros at Daytona, and what we have is we took 20 stock super sport Camaros, and then the safety team that is NASCAR improved them all safety wise and put roll cages and whatever in them, fuel cells and such. And then randomly we assigned all those cars to the drivers. Next week they're driving Mustangs. Next week they're driving Supras. Next week they're driving Challengers or whatever. I would watch the shit out of that. I would
That would be cool.
I would be like, I gotta get that Challenger. That was impressive. Like you'd be thinking like that because I don't want them to do anything extra to them. Make it use the like
a road legal car.
Yeah, it should be a road legal car except for the
stock Mustangs. And
no, you use the GT500. Like, take their best one. Like, take the best Mustang, the one that's got 800, 1,000 horsepower. NASCAR cars have like that much horsepower anyway. I think a NASCAR car has like 1,000 horsepower. Might be wrong about that, but all of those production cars, the high end versions, also have about 1,000 horsepower. Like the best Camaro, the best Mustang, the best Challenger. I think those are 800-900,000 horsepower cars.
Yeah, like is it the Challenger that has like the demon version?
There's so many
like
stupid $100,000 versions of that car. The
Hellfire,
Hellcat.
Hellcat. Thank you. I knew I was wrong, but close.
Hellcat. Yeah, that's a cool.
Yeah,
cool
I'd
car.
watch that, and then I'm hoping that I don't remember what happened. It might have been tariff related, or maybe some old law changed, but I read that Toyota would be able to make V8s and then import them into the US or something like that. And it's like, holy
Mm.
shit.
Hmm.
I'd love to see a fucking a Japanese V8 sports car. If they sunk like a 5-liter V8 into their new Supra, that would be badass.
Don't they
That
have
would be
that? I think it's called the
I'm not convinced it'll be cool
the Lexus LFA, right?
because the Tundra
I don't
engine's
know what
not
that
that
is.
cool.
I think
Oh,
the
well,
Lexus LFA is
fair.
the 4.8 liter V10, 553 horsepower.
What is that? It's got to be
The
some kind of a
the
supercar.
Lexus LFA. This was like Lexus's first foray into the
Oh,
like supercar market.
oh, this is okay. Jesus Christ! Look at
Can I
this
see a
thing.
picture of the Lexus LFA, Zach?
Yeah, throw
This
it
is
up.
like some. This has got to be some sort of supercar though, like that.
It is. Yeah, that was their foray into the supercar market. Was the Lexus?
I'm just talking about a
LFA.
production V8. I'm not talking about spending.
This is a
$250
production.
million.
You can buy it if you have a tremendous amount of money.
Let's see what they cost.
That's true with most things.
They're
That is
they're
true.
$400,000. No, I'm talking about
$400,000
$100,000 cars.
Yeah, that's not
Like-
cool enough for 400 grand. Especially that, like, look at where the hood comes down. Like,
You-
I know that's an air intake thing, but it
I
doesn't
imagine you
look
walking
right.
by and trying to slam it shut and just denting,
Yeah.
like breaking their
Mhm.
carbon fibers. So
There's like, oh, it's an air intake thing. Well, it's like, well, then make it look like an air intake thing, and not that
I thought
the-
it would look
it
cooler,
is closed.
like a little wider and flatter, like the hypercars typically do. That looks like
Yeah.
something
Show
a
us the
regular
good-
person would drive.
show us the best Supra, Zach. Like not a supercar or like a one-off, but like the best Supra you can buy.
Hmm.
That's what I'd be more interested in. But with like a V8, like 5-liter V8 made by the.
The Supra has only got 382 horsepower.
But it's probably got like a
Look-wise,
V60.
though, it might be slightly above the last one.
I like the Supra a lot. The only thing I don't like about it, that Toyota logo on the front.
Mm,
I have to
Yeah.
peel that bitch off.
If they made it a
Mhm.
Lexus Supra, would you like it more?
No, I don't want anything. That emblem would look ugly there. I just want it to be smooth. That looks good to me. I like the look of that. I think that's an expensive car. I think there's like 80, 90 grand or
I
something.
mean, this has to be the tippity top he's showing us right now. Like that.
Zach
looks
said
pretty
it's a BMW, but I don't know what he means by that.
That's what the internals are. It's. I think
Oh.
I referenced earlier that the
Oh.
Japanese were making the engine, but the Supra's engine and probably entire drivetrain is German.
So it's like a German chassis, a German.
I don't know about the
Gearbox,
chassis. I think
a
the
German
drivetrain
engine.
though is German. Engine transmission.
Okay. That isn't a negative. Germans
No.
are really, really good at that shit. Like it's a good
Well,
thing.
the difference I've
be
always
German.
heard is that the Japanese cars and the German cars are known for lasting a long time, but the Japanese make cars that you don't necessarily need to maintain, and they'll still last a long time. And the Germans make cars that require that you maintain them carefully, and they'll last a long time.
That
for what
makes
that's
sense
worth.
because, like, I would imagine like a German car maker would have blind spots and assume everyone is as conscientious as him, or he'd be like, "Yeah, of course, every 4,000 miles it needs service,
Yeah,
but that is something that everyone does. It is normal."
you never
You
saw
know?
ISIS driving around in BMWs. They knew what to do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, they're hitting those Toyotas.